In this section, I'm going to talk to you very briefly about callback plugins in Ansible. So there are more types of plugins than I've previously talked about. So we've previously talked about lookups, filter plugins. There's additional plugins. One of those is called a callback plugin. And I'm just going to illustrate to you sort of a simple example of what you can do with a callback plugin. So here I'm going to be using the standard out callback, the selective. It allows you to change the behavior of a playbook. So let me start with it commented out. So we'll just have our normal behavior, and in this case it's just going to print out certain things to the screen. So we print out our tasks executing. Now what if we wanted to change the behavior of this so that it only printed out a much more limited set of information? And let me clear the screen. So here you can see it prints out the following. So just gives me a stats, what happened, but none of the play-by-play execution. And then let's actually cause an error to happen in our playbook. Let's make a third task, and let's reference a variable that doesn't exist, and let's see what happens. So you can see here that with the selective callback plugin enabled, it's changed the behavior of what's printed to the screen so that only a summary of the plays is shown unless an error occurs. And if an error occurs, a more detailed output is printed to the screen. There's another callback plugin that lets you get more human readable output from Ansible. Sometimes in order to enable callback plugins, you'll actually make a directory called Callback Plugins relative to your playbook, and then you'll download and install the callback plugin there. So basically a way you can modify the behavior of Ansible in certain contexts. In this case, we're actually seeing how we change the behavior of what's printed to our output screen.